everyone. As you can see behind me, I have managed to put the sides of the greenhouse together myself. I came outside just to do some other jobs, and I ended up doing that. I think that's as much as I can do by myself. I need Andy's help now, I think. That corner needs lifting a little bit. It looks slightly out. This base piece here was a bit twisted, but I think it'll be alright. Andy's going to drill into the flags and then drill it to the floor, if you like. I will have to fill some gaps because, I mean, I could have took the trouble to shave some off, but I mean, it needs another screw at the bottom of all the panels. They've all got 2 in at least, but they wouldn't actually meet because of the boards on the outside. So the boards on the other side overhung the edge, so that when they butted up together, it's made a little bit of a gap. So we're going to have to think of something to fill those gaps with. I've got them together at the top, but because I've pulled them, like I gripped them, but yeah. Anyway, we'll figure that as we go along. It'll end up alright. Like I said, I could have took the trouble to shave some off the side, but that would have involved repainting the edges and everything as well, so yeah, I'm not that thorough. I love the colour of these pink zinnias here against the colour of my greenhouse, so I think next year I will grow a lot more of them. I did snap this one by accident. This is actually going to be a really short video today because I've not done any gardening all week since doing the greenhouse. I've been bitten to death and I've no more jungle formula or anything to put on my skin. It's been keeping me awake. I'm literally, they're all over. I finally found some calamine lotion to put on, which is easing it, but it seems to be breeding season for the midges, or I don't know if it's the chiggers, even with them being in my elbow creases and that. It could be chiggers, but yeah, so I've not been out, and it's a really nice day today, but I'm all covered up. I've even got my thick woolly socks on with my pants tucked in because I've just had enough. But I will just show you around the garden, see if there's anything changed. The deadline for the Scarecrow Festival is on Sunday, which is in 2 days' time, and I haven't made a scarecrow. I did have some ideas, but the materials I needed, I realised I'd thrown them out. I was going to do like a Roman soldier, but maybe next year. I haven't got any pumpkins or squashes developing yet this year. I feel like it's getting a bit late in the year, which is a bit disappointing seeing as we've had such good weather for them this year. I did get a lot more mallow growing in this bed as well, which I really like, so I'm going to try and save some seed off those and make sure I've got some more next year. That grapevine still needs propping up, but I'm quite liking that the fennel has grown so tall and it's kind of divided the areas from each other. So this area is a separate area from that over there. This clematis is looking great again. And this one that I cut back at the bottom has got a lot of new growth. It's got a lot of new growth on there, so next year I might not be as disappointed with the flowering as I thought I might be. I like the way these echinaceas are looking here as well. I like this bed because there's a lot of shades of like purpley pink. There's the cosmeas in here which some of them have turned out quite pale in the front garden, like a white. And they're looking a bit white on the camera, but they are quite tinged with pink at the edges. So although they're more like cottage garden planting, I think it looks nice here at the minute. Because the rest of the back garden isn't as jungly as I want it to be yet, I'm quite happy that it just has a lot of colour in it in this area. Need to chop off the spent flower heads of the dahlia there so that it'll keep flowering. And the Metallicum, its berries have turned from green to red now. That can spread like wildfire apparently, but it's been quite restrained in this bed that I've got it in. Although I did only plant a few of them about 2 years ago. But I'm not finding that it's a thug or anything. It's not getting out of control for me. I've finally got a cob or two growing on the popcorn butt. Let's see. There's one there and there's one here at the front. I can't see any more, just those two at the moment, but because they've only... oh, there's a third one. So they've took a lot longer than the sweet corn to develop the cobs, but they're coming along now. I love this gerber. It really stands out, this flower, when I look through my kitchen window. It's really lovely and bright. I'm not going to get too close to the pond, that's where all the midges are hanging out. The dahlia over there, I'll just zoom in for you, I don't want to go near. I think a cat has snapped that flower there, but I think when I showed you a week or two ago it wasn't as full and fluffy looking as that, so that's looking even better than it did when I last showed you. That flower was more like that one next to it, so as the flower matures they get more and more fuzzy. The pineapple lilies are flowering really well with that kind. These here they're like a smaller kind that has a bit more pink. There are some that are transplanted over there which have flowered really well, but these seem to have come up blind. I'm not sure why that is. I can't recall whether they flowered last year or not either, but I don't really want to dig those up. See, these over here are a different kind. They just look slightly different. The flowers are smaller. They look just as tall and they've got more pink in them than the ones over there. I've left off chopping the hops back from growing up that tree because it's actually getting fruits on now. So I've decided to leave it so that the insects can get the pollen and what have you. I'll show you when the fruits are ripe. I'll show you. I can't remember how long it takes, but when is the right time to pick the hops. I don't normally harvest it anymore. I did for the first couple of years and I never used it in the end, so I don't bother anymore. I just leave it. There are apples growing on that tree up there, and there's pears growing on this tree. Neither one of these trees are mine, the next door's. So really the fruit isn't mine. Although I could go and ask him, does he mind if I have them? I'm not sure what kind of apples they are. They look like Cox apples or something like that. And you probably can't see very well because I'm actually filming from a shaded area, but the pear tree has actually got quite a lot of pears on it this year. So having the hops and the honeysuckle keep trying to climb it hasn't really done it any harm, because it seems to be fruiting better than it's ever done. That could be down to the weather that we've had though. It has been really good weather for all the insects and things to pollinate. I don't know if I've changed my mind about planting that fig tree in the floor, unless I can think of a way to restrict its roots. I could do with a kind of big basket thing, because if you plant them in the floor and just let them root really well and do what they want to do, apparently you get a lot of foliage but not many fruits. Now I'm not getting really any fruits anywhere this year. It looked like it was going to develop some, but then we had the heat wave when we were away, and I came back to all its leaves dropped off. So maybe I was going to get some, but I think I will at least take it out of its pot and separate it from the plant that's also in the pot and give it some fresh compost. So I might do that, but not today. This passion flower is still flowering. It's done absolutely amazing this year. I've got a few more seeds that germinated from the red valerian. So that one had sprouted. I just had that one last week. Well, I've got 6 more. But the germination on the things that I did in the seed tray. So I think these were the sweet williams. I haven't had any more of them come up. The echinops came up really quick, but whatever I put there hasn't come up at all. The delphiniums, I think I've got one. Oh, and there goes my coleus. Right. Oh, I'm going to try and salvage them. Let's have a look. There weren't many of these that germinated actually. So there you go. And they don't seem to be growing very fast either. I'm going to turn the camera off and try and salvage them. It might be a happy accident actually. They might actually germinate now they've been disturbed. It's like putting a broken pot back together. They don't seem to have any roots to them. They just look like a stem with a leaf on, and maybe that are they supposed to be like that? Obviously they're still alive, they're green, but I can't see them growing very well. They've not got a root on them. All that just because I wanted to show you I've got one little delphinium growing. So at least that one's sprouted. I'm probably just being a little bit impatient. They should be sprouting round about now though. I think it was about 3 weeks ago that I sowed those. I'm going to end the video here for today, but just before I go I just wanted to show you that it's become obvious that these grapes are the black variety, or purple if you want to call them purple, and not the green. So at least now I know that I can look for a green grape plant, because I did want one of each. I did used to have a green and a black at the allotment, but like I said I did leave a lot of stuff there. So I'm going to leave it there for today. Apologies for the sound quality of this video. The microphone on this camera picks up the slightest bit of wind, so I don't know how to go about getting a new microphone, what to do. I'm not that kind of technically minded. So thank you for watching. I'm sorry it's been a bit of a non-event. Hopefully I will get on with more stuff this week coming. I have invested in some long sleeve tops to come out when the midges are out, so hopefully I'll not get as bitten. So thank you again for watching. See you next week. Bye.